Howdy there.
This is another episode of Anime. I'm Will, and I'm joined here by
Jordan!
Today we're going to be talking about Spirited Away, another Studio Ghibli film. Spirited Away is a film about a girl called Chihiro who moves house with her parents, and they go and visit a shrine. At the shrine, they get enticed by a big buffet, basically.
Yeah.
While Chihiro goes out exploring. When she returns, she finds that her parents have been transformed into pigs, and slowly but surely finds herself forced into servitude at a bathhouse.
Her name also gets changed. She just sort of diminishes.
She gets her name stolen as well.
Yeah.
To be Sen instead of Chihiro at this point. Spirited Away has a number of themes in it that are sort of along the lines of, well, the first theme I'll talk about is I think it has something to do with growing up and maturity.
Definitely.
And in the fact that at first, at the beginning of the series, Chihiro, or Sen, is very immature about the whole event, and she is protesting about actually moving. She wants to go back to where she was before, and then is suddenly forced in this situation where she simply doesn't have a choice. And this sort of leads to her having to overcome her fears and her shortcomings and sort of grow both sort of as a person and
inside and out. I guess it's that she's a 10-year-old, and it's that whole thing. And Miyazaki, he's done some stuff like this. Is like he actually wanted to focus on that because he saw some stuff like before.
I remember reading an interview once about sort of Miyazaki's belief about fear and emotion, and he said in the interview, when asked what do you believe people should say when they encounter sort of fear, and he said he doesn't believe in sort of running away from it and things like that. He believes in conquering your fear and sort of moving on despite what's there in front of you. And I think that is reflected heavily in Spirited Away as Chihiro overcomes this sort of fear within her, especially when she goes to Yubaba's house, and at this point she sort of is running away. But there she is convinced that she needs to return and she needs to overcome these fears in order to ultimately reach the conclusion of the film and save her parents.
Yeah.
Another thing, I think, is another theme portrayed in it is another favourite of Miyazaki's, I would say, which is the battle between sort of modernisation and tradition, as it has a lot of modern beliefs portrayed through Chihiro and a lot of the goodies, the most supportive characters in sort of standing up for rights and power to women and things like that, whereas Zibaba and the bathhouse are reflective more of crushing these rights and sort of a slave labour and things like that, and sort of quite reflective of the downsides of older traditions and things like that.
Yeah, it's like the two witches in the film. It's almost they're extreme opposites.
Yeah.
And they represent the urbanization and all that sort of stuff.
I would also say though, particularly in this theme, is the fact that I've heard, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that the bathhouse and her getting her name taken is actually a sort of overlay to what used to happen sort of early 1900s in Japan, where girls without a family would be taken in by these bathhouses, and they would have their names taken away, and they would be sort of sold into slavery as if like sexually.
Oh goodness! Okay.
And it's a representative of that whole sort of sexual trading and human trafficking, and the fact that she has her name taken and she's forced to work in this bathhouse.
Of course, I mean, it's...
Studio Ghibli is a big one for making really powerful films that address sensitive issues even now today, even though they are reflective of, are made to address things that were relevant in the time, even though are relevant now. Spirited Away is a film I would definitely recommend to anybody watching it. It is one of the best Studio Ghiblis out there, and it is truly a masterpiece from everything down to artwork to soundtrack, character design.
Just a quick point about that garbage spirit or something like that. When he moved in, that was based upon an instance where Miyazaki himself, when he was younger, he had to clear out a river that becomes swamped. Yeah, that was.
I didn't know that.
No, it becomes swamped with different things and the bikes, and basically the river had become polluted. And I guess that comes into the film, through this garbage demon.
He's the river spirit.
Yeah,
reality,
and he had to clean it out. And once he cleaned it out, although it was foul smelling, it allowed the river to, once again flow. Yeah. And I guess
that's really interesting.
Yeah, it's representative, and it's almost going from his, experiences and stuff of,
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
It is, yeah.
Anyway, that was our talk on Spirited Away, and unfortunately we were only able to talk about two themes, which I personally would say though are the main themes of the film, but still, I would definitely recommend watching it. Please like, comment and subscribe, and watch Studio Ghibli as much as possible.
Yeah.